I was. I allowed sin slowly creep into my life. Excuses after excuses. I did it again and again. I allowed the devil be a judge over my life. He reminded me of my sins. He called it a virus that has slowly stick deep into my vein. He said I was full of sin and iniquity. He called me a cheat, a liar, a fornicator. He placed them all on me. At that moment, my mind was in desperation because my life was a mess. It said my hands was too sore for God to ever listen to my worship. So at that moment, I dropped to my knees. I bowed my head in worship and I screamed, Yahweh, please help me. For I can't do this on my own. And then God spoke. He said, I have always been with you. I just wanted you to sing. Quit focusing on what you are not and focus on what I have made you. For I have made you righteous and that's what you are. At that moment, it took all that the devil has placed on me. He took the load of sin and set them ablaze. Now, this is what worship can do. Worship gives freedom. Worship is the only way he can reform and inform you of his plans that played out like a well-scripted scene on a soap opera. Worship is like koinonia because it moves slowly from fragrance to fire and more fire till my bones feel the spark and my tongue speaking fire, because when it comes on me or my skin, you will see the ripple effect that makes my ego deflate and rekindle the hate I have for sin. Worship is my weapon. Now, worship is a free flight to get high in the Holy Ghost. Worship is beyond the beating of drums, the clashing of cymbals, the clapping of hands, the singing of song with melodious voices, the striking of chord on the keyboard. Worship is the highest expression of love you can ever give to God. And it doesn't matter how you do it. What matters is the sincerity of your heart. Now permit me if I set this place ablaze with my praise, because I cannot help to gaze at his grace. Because even when I turned my back on him, he gave me his grace. The more reason for my two hands to be raised to the ancient of days. Even when people see me dancing like David, they say I dey craze or maybe insane. I tell them, say I know they craze. I only they praise because my God deserves my praise. He broke my chains and set me free. And when the enemy tries to shut it down, it's rather increased because he deserves my praise. Now, this is a God you cannot find on WhatsApp. He is not on Facebook. But I tell you something, when you look at me, you will see how his face looks. Now, you don't need someone to give you a reason to worship. For he is bigger than the biggest, greater than the greatest, higher than the highest, stronger than the strongest. Worship him in good times. Worship him in bad times. Because even our worship is not enough to exalt him. For he is worthy and greatly to be praised. My God, he habits in the praises of his people. So God dwells where there is worship. So my question is, why do you worship?